The transatlantic slave trade, spanning from the 15th, Europe actively sought new lands always. Portugal, Spain, Britain, France expanded empires. Exploration hid a dark truth: slavery. Portugal boldly explored Africa. Traders built forts on Africa's coast. They traded for gold, ivory, then humans. Africans were unjustly enslaved. Other nations followed. Spain needed labor. Natives tragically died. Spain turned to Africa then. The slave trade began. Slavery grew more. Britain built ships quickly. The African company traded slaves. Merchants sailed. They traded goods for people. France needed labor too. Traders filled ships. The Dutch created a company for trade. They transported slaves. Europe was selfish. Greed drove them. Economies used enslaved Africans. Slavery caused pain. Families were torn apart. The slave coast brought sorrow. Voices fought cruelty bravely. Wilberforce fought for equality. The trade collapsed. Africa suffered greatly. Forts stand as witnesses now. Riches and suffering connect deeply.
Africa was a land of great kingdoms and diverse cultures, a vibrant place. Powerful empires such as Mali and Songhai flourished across the land. They actively traded. Then, Europeans arrived, starting a dark time. Initially, contact seemed peaceful. Sailors brought various goods. African rulers traded gold for goods. Soon, the Portuguese demanded people as slaves. Some African kings joined the trade, selling captives to European traders. Dahome's kings built a strong army and raided nearby villages. Firearms changed everything, giving slave trading kingdoms more strength. Slave ports like Elmina Castle became centers of suffering and despair. King Zingambemba spoke against it, but sadly, he was ignored. The slave trade consumed the continent. Millions of people were taken. The forts still stand and remind us of the pain and suffering. They remind us of the courage of a people who bravely survived.
Slave ships to the Americas marked pain and survival. Enslaved Africans were sold to plantation owners, facing work and cruelty. Across the Caribbean, South, and North America, labor was harsh. From sunrise to sunset, slaves worked under the sun, watched by overseers. The whip cracked daily. Families were torn apart. Yet, they held onto African names and traditions. Through songs and religion, they found comfort and hope. Some escaped, forming maroon communities, fighting for freedom. Others resisted quietly through slow work. Every act was a declaration: I am still human. By the late 18th and 19th centuries, voices rose against injustice. Revolts led to freedom. Countries abolished slavery, with Brazil last in 1888. Freedom brought new lives, built on courage. Their story is one of sorrow and strength. The human spirit proved stronger.
Slavery cast a dark shadow. The Underground Railroad, slavery's secret path to freedom. Brave people formed a network aiding enslaved Africans. Early 1800s, a freedom movement began. Guided by the North Star, freedom seekers traveled at night. Conductors provided safe stations for runaways. Harriet Tubman, a legendary Underground Railroad conductor. She escaped slavery, then bravely returned to help others. Between 1850 and 1860, she guided over 300 slaves to freedom. Her bravery earned her the name Moses. Levi Coffin and Williams still risked everything. Churches secretly hid escaping runaways. Runaways faced dangerous routes and hunters. Thousands risked all, seeking freedom in Canada. Canada, freedom and gratitude at last. The railroad, a symbol of unity and hope. The Civil War, a fight for freedom for all. The Emancipation Proclamation declared freedom. Tubman's legacy, compassion and service. Have courage, freedom is always worth fighting for.
Slavery's shadows still linger. Chains break, scars endure deeply. Slavery's legacy remains a somber reminder. Freedom's dawn was harsh. Free yet empty-handed. Empires built, builders denied. Post-1865 struggles continued. Jim Crow divided society. Voices unjustly silenced. Plantations' grasp remained. Poverty trapped the freed. Africa bears slavery's wounds. Kingdoms torn by trade. Colonial echoes reverberate. The quest for equality continues. Segregation fiercely fought. The fight for humanity goes on. An unequal legacy persists. Discrimination sadly persists. Pride emerges powerfully. Music offers hope. Traditions blend beautifully. Memory endures as lesson. Cape Coast stands stark. Museum remembers the past. Justice is debated. Healing paths exist. Human spirit unbroken. Rights fought with courage. Survival's tale, resilience. Hope remains in darkness. Freedom's call echoes.